Greetings. Hey, this is Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. And today's the 18th day of February. Nice day out today. Lots of snow last night, had about a foot. But it was a real nice day, sunny and fairly warm. All right, I got a couple things to brief. The major thing that I need to talk about is an article that came out today. And this is a guy from over in Wisconsin. He must be an expert because he's from the next town over. And he called and wanted to do an article, and it's for Modern Farmer magazine. I never heard of it, but we've never really had anybody that's misquoted us except way back. We had Monica Ing with the Chicago Tribune that totally misquoted me, and I had to go and talk about that right away. Same thing has happened here. I'm not going to mention the dude's name. It's no point to it. Some of the points that the guy makes are obviously not my point of view. I mean, obviously inconsistent with how we approach this problem, and so I have to make it clear. Normally if there's an inconsistency or a mistake, I'll let it go. It doesn't really matter. But in this case, this is a safety issue, and I think you'll see why I say that when I tell you what it is. It's on my Facebook, so you can see it there, Mark Baker. And on page 3, he's got some nice pictures here that my wife sent to the guy, graciously sent to him. And then there's a really good picture right there. But on page 2, and for whatever reason, I mean, maybe the guy just misunderstood what I said, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I'm just going to set it straight here, because if I don't answer this, there are people that will assume that I agree with this, and I don't agree with this. All right, first of all, it says, Mark Baker, an ex-GI turned pig farmer, has become something of a cause celebre among libertarians and raw milk advocates. I guess that could be. I did not, we milk cows and we drink raw milk, so okay, that I guess it could be. And then it says the Farm to Consumer Legal Defense Fund is bankrolling his legal battle. That is inaccurate. The Farm to Consumer Legal Defense Fund, they are definitely friends of ours. And they are definitely helping us with this. Bankrolling suggests something completely different. That would mean like I got a rich uncle someplace that's paying for everything. That's not the case. Not at all. The American public has largely bankrolled this in $5 donations, $10 donations, and things like that. So that's inaccurate. Farm to Consumer, I will make that statement again. They are our friends, and we do support their work. And they are helping us with this. But bankrolling, I just can't agree with that. And the way that was written, I didn't like that. Okay, then it says, Baker is prone to dramatic assertions and gun talk. I don't know this guy, so him saying I'm prone to it, I'm not sure. Dramatic assertions. My wife said a $700,000 fine for a pig violation, and he wants to call you dramatic. Yeah, I kind of agree. But the gun talk part of it, that's a little strange. I am not a big lover of guns. I own a few guns. I was in the military 20 years, and in case you don't know about this, we have guns in the military, and we're trained on guns. I guess I'm an expert marksman, and that. But I don't recall ever going on here and talking about guns for the sake of guns. I know one of my videos I talk about how to kill a pig effectively with a .22 rifle and the type of bullet we use and things like that. But gun talk, I'm going to have to shut that one down. I don't agree with that. Dramatic assertions. That's bothersome. That sounds like somebody from over at the DNR. Drama, sounds like made up stuff. That's not us. Okay, and then it says in quotations, the only reason, parentheses, the DNR hasn't stormed my property is that no one wants to get shot by Baker. So the quotations indicate that I made that statement, but then he is stating that I'm referring to myself by my last name. Odd. For whatever reason the guy put that in there, I'm just going to tell you right now, that is not an option, If the DNR storms my place, storms, that's what he says. If they storm my place, I will do this. We have chosen, and I'll say this again, we have chosen to go to court like gentle people and settle this the way our system is designed. I talked about this in my last video. I've been learning more about this too. It is called due process of law. All right, we are a constitutional republic, and we settle our differences in a court of law. If we can't settle them outside of a court of law, that's where we wind up. We do not, walk into someone else's office and start shooting them up. That's not what we do. And we've been into this 30 months. I think if that were going to happen, I think that would have happened already. We're not going to look forward to a court date and then cut that short by getting in a gunfight. Not going to happen. It's absolutely not going to happen. And those of you that have followed this case, I think you'll have to agree that that is not consistent with the message that we've put out. We want this settled lawfully and gently, and that's what has to happen, and that is the route we are going to go. So I'm going to have to, whatever this dude's name is, I'm going to have to tell him that seems like something that is provocative and is actually designed to create problems. All right, and if I don't say that I'm not interested in shooting people, that sounds even stupid to say, over pigs, then maybe they'll use that as that I agree with this, and I do not agree with that. Okay, there is some other inaccuracies in here, and I'm just going to go through it. He says that the DNR, Baker raises Mangalitsa pigs. His pigs are pictured above. And wild boar hybrids. Okay, newsflash. Every pig on the face of the planet Earth is a wild boar hybrid. Okay, newsflash. Often for sale to upscale restaurants. He contends that following the DNR's rules will ruin his business, while not complying will land him in hot water. A felony conviction, that's true, could mean 2 years in jail and a $20,000 fine. That's $700,000. All right, $20,000 would be incorrect. For whatever reason, I don't really remember doing this interview over the phone per se, every word. I do a lot of interviews, but I know that I'm sure that the DNR wants $700,000 out of my hide. That's a number I won't forget. Okay. And then he goes on to talk about DNR spokesman Ed Golder says the state is willing to drop its case against Baker. And I have to go again back to that and say, now why is the state all of a sudden wanting to drop their case? First they threatened me with felony arrest and will kill your animals. They didn't do that. Then they threatened me with a $700,000 fine and then fines of my children and my customers, and they didn't do that. And now they're saying if you'll drop your suit, we'll drop ours. Okay? And we said no, we're not going to drop our suit, and we are not going to drop our suit. And then they went to our judge and filed a motion for him to dismiss it. So we won't drop it. They're going to try and get him to dismiss it. And that's this coming Friday, Missaukee County Courthouse, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I think it should be kind of interesting. I'm going to be there. There's 80 seats. Come on down. Maybe this guy ought to come on down and see what's going to happen. Okay, I hope that clears things up, and I'd appreciate some comments on this. We need to get going on this entire project. What I need from you guys out there, we had to launch another pledgey campaign because we're out of money. We're out of money again, and we still have a long ways to go. And there it is. You're going to see it out there. We need the help, but we're pretty close to the point where we need to be. And let me just say this so you guys understand. When this ends in court, that is not the end. That is actually the beginning. That is the beginning. Okay? Because we have a serious problem here with regulatory agencies that think that they can write law and that they can usurp our constitutional freedoms. We cannot let that happen. Okay, this is Mark from Baker's Green Acres signing out.